Welcome once again to Cincinnati People. And today we are joined by two very special guests who you will see this weekend at the Queen Bee races here in Cincinnati. They are ASICS athletes, Nuruki and Abdi Abdirhaman. We thank you both for joining us so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, let's talk about what is an ASICS athlete. We know ASICS sponsors the Queen Bee race and the Flying Pig race, and their gear is amazing. But what does it mean to be an ASICS athlete?
To be an ASICS athlete isn't amazing because ASICS is a brand that's been started by runners and also is committed to supporting the runners all over the world. Just not only like a professional athletes, also recreational runners, and also invest a lot in the community, like Cincinnati one, and they do one in DC. So I'm just glad to be a part of their ambassador program and also the part of their lead athlete.
Yeah.
Diane, tell me what you think about being an ASICS athlete.
It's such a good family to be part of, and I'm just really grateful to be supported by them. Also, to be supported by a company like ASICS that not just care about our performances, but also cares about us as people. So I'm really proud to be part of the team.
Speaking of us, speaking of you guys, I want to know your story. How did you get here? Tell me your running story, your background, and how you two came together.
How we came together, how we get to US. So, I'm originally from Somalia. I grew up. I'm originally from Somalia. Moved to US 1990 and grew up in Tucson, Arizona. Went to the University of Arizona. Competed 5 Olympics, and I met Diane during my first Olympics. She was actually way younger than me, so she was a junior. I met her, and then through our career, and I happened to run into her again during our professional career while we were running the US road racing circuit. So that's how we met.
Yeah.
Diane, you're rolling your eyes a little bit there. Is that accurate? Is the story completely accurate?
It is. We met through running, obviously, but like he said, when we met, it was in 2000, and I was young. It wasn't like I just met him through my teammate who went to the U of A with them, and so I was born and raised in Burundi, and I left Burundi when I was 16, went to Canada, came to the US to run for the University of Iowa, and then we got reconnected again, and that's, we're here now. Like he said, he's much older. Just kidding.
Don't let him forget it either. And that's the beauty. He'll always be much older. That's the beauty of it. That's what I tell my husband all the time. But running really this is your story. It is your story to bring you together. This is your career. Tell me about what running does for you guys beyond the monetary part of it. What does running bring to your lives?
Running, it's just one of those sports. Running it's fun thing to do. It doesn't take a lot of skills to run. You just need a pair of shoes and you can go out. And for me, running, I solve a lot of issues while I'm running. If I'm going through something or just I'm stressed in life, I can go for a run for the 20 to 30 minute run. It was usually fix for me everything that I'm going through at that time. So it just gives me a peace of mind.
Yeah, for me, it's very therapeutic as well. But my favorite thing about running is just bringing people together. Like we're saying, how we met through running, and all my friends that also became family, I met them through running. So it just brings people together, and it's just, it makes you feel good. If you're having a bad day and you go out running, and everything is fine, and the next day is just a new day. So
Speaking of bringing people together, that's exactly what will be happening this weekend with the Queen Bee half marathon and 4-miler. First of all, have you guys ever been to Cincinnati before, and have you experienced the Queen Bee?
Never been there.
I've been to Cincinnati the first time.
You're in for a treat. I'm going to tell you, this is a fun race. But Diane, specifically for you, obviously men can enter this race, but this is a race for women. It is a half marathon for women, the 4-miler as well. It's predominantly women. Why is it important, do you think, to have races like this that are primarily just for women?
I think it's important to to have a race like Queen Bee, because it does want to bring women together, but it's also nice to have like a safe space. Not that men don't make us feel safe, but it's just nice to have like girls' weekend, and we can with your girlfriends and just participate in such a fun race. And I'm sure each and every single woman who is gonna be competing has a different goal. They have different stories, but they can all come together. It's kind of like friendship and sisterhood, and I think it's very important for women to have, that kind of support around them.
When you guys come to town, is there anything in particular you're looking forward to at the race or within the city? Anything you've heard about Cincinnati that we can help you find?
Well, we're just glad to be a part of this race. I think it's going to be a great, like you say, it's going to be all women's event. So, and I'm actually excited to be there. Just encourage the people who run in the race, because they all have a different goals for, getting to the finish line. That's one of the main thing. And also, just learning the community of Cincinnati, just being a part of them. I know a few people there. I think I'm going to text them, tell them I'm going to be in town, that we can just go for a great run. Hopefully have some good restaurants, just do fun stuff.
We've got plenty of good restaurants for you, we promise.
Any recommendation of something we should do?
Oh, yes, absolutely. First of all, the Bengals game is on Sunday, so you got to hang around a little bit for that. You gotta watch a little bit of that. But yeah, we'll get you some restaurant recommendations. Don't you fret. You'll be really close to a lot of them there on the race. But
Bengals, I'm a Steelers fan, so it's okay.
All right, this interview is over. Abdi, I'm sorry. You're out. Please remove yourself from the. You can't say that here. That's number one. You can't admit that to anybody.
The Browns, so it's okay though. That's the one.
I will say this though, you brought up a really good point, Abdi, that I'm sure a lot of people say to you the same thing I'm thinking, like, I can't imagine running as fast as you guys do or as much as you guys do. But this race in particular, and really many races, it's not about the time or how fast it is. It's about the community and kind of coming together and doing something as a joint effort.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree with you 100%. It's not about how fast you run. The elite, if you look at it, the world, just the elite racing where they have a professional athlete, those professionals, it's less than 1% of the professionals who running the race. But the people who make the race and who have all the fun is the recreational runners. It's the 80,000 people who are running, just filling the streets, who have a different story, have a different cause, support all kind of charity. For us, we are just a small part of it, and that's for me what makes fun for running, and that's why I will always be a runner regardless of what. And I think people asking me your career, so I say, you know what, my career is just the beginning, because I'm going to be running with those people who have a different story, and just sharing great stories.
Yeah, so he's going to be more fun now. Soon.
That's right. Well, you guys are in for a treat. Like I said, the race is phenomenal. The city, we are a running city. This is a running city. We support our races, and it'll be amazing for you guys to see. We welcome you here. Despite the Steelers fandom, we will accept you nonetheless. Have a great weekend, and guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you
for having us. See you soon.
Diana Curry and Abdi Abdirhaman from the ASICS athletes, and you'll see them this weekend at the Queen Bee. Hey, thank you guys for watching here on Cincinnati People.